I hope this doesn't turn out too dark. YouTube usually darkens it. We'll see. So today, I wanted to talk about a few concepts. First one is dependent origination. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's key to Buddhism. Basically, it's sort of, you could say karma, but not exactly, fate, right? But it means basically past actions, lead to your future, the present and the future, and either to a lot of suffering or liberation. But as we know, it's mostly suffering. The second concept is manifest destiny. I'm sure you've heard of it, studied in school. Yeah, so that was a concept that basically meant, that the Europeans were better than the Native Americans that were here, and that the Europeans deserved, to take everything because they would do better with it. So it was their right to do it. That's what created the country, the United States. That is. It's a whole foundation of what's going on. Is basically might makes right. Law of the jungle. Oh, big guys win. And that's like the bodybuilders. I'm sure you guys all understand, right? You know it intrinsically. That's probably why you do it, even though you don't want to say it that way. But you know it. And also the women, no. That's why they do it, Right? I'm pretty sure I'm right. Yeah. And I'm not very strong, weak, but as if you've been following my channel, basically I was, poisoned when I was 2 and then 3 again, and then ended up with brain damage by the time I was 5 and totally a basket case. Darn. So it took me decades, to get to be pretty normal. So anyway, since you all believe in that, as far as, big and strong, with the strongest deserves to win. A couple problems with that. I'll just mention a few. First is, I may not be physically strong, but I was a really good hacker. So what you're saying then is it's okay for me just to hack in and steal all your stuff. Perfectly okay. You'd be happy with that. That's the first problem. Of course, I wouldn't do that. I'm not saying I would. I could, but I'm not. No, and the penalties aren't that high, So, but if anybody else does, takes all your Bitcoin, I don't want to hear you bitching and say, oh, wah, whine, wah, right? Because that's not what you believe in. So that's the first thing. The second thing, of course, is you're training the AI to believe the same thing. And so you're saying that if an AI can take over the world, it should. Okay, that's number 2. And then number 3, okay, especially the big guys, what's coming is genetic engineering and, what is a, genetically modified human allowed to do. Yeah, he can take whatever he wants because it's based on your own laws of what you've created. So I want you to think about that because that's what's coming. And I think that's what's, wrong, the space society on that. But from what I've seen, I'm now 60, almost 62. So I've been studying this for a long time. And being that, I'm, pretty weak, I get to be like the perfect test subject on how you guys really are. Anyway, have a good day.